They'll run on first down. Swift, he'll have a first down past the 40. He's got daylight. 20. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready. I got it. Check 43.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Newton. Complete. It's Johnson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on.
He's got a man, complete. A first down and then some, 36 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
And he'll get it down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
We got to get the ball, D. Great. Off. 50. Mike's 50. Check right. Hey! Check. Crunch.
From the 29, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
They had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. A shotgun snap for Newton. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Detroit Lions, first down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready? Yeah, Mike. Hey, watch your leg. Slam.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on the 9.
Newton. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And a nice gain of 21 yards. So they gave up the early touchdown. This has been a pretty good response. Nice drive, taking it down 1st and goal.
And I know all the cliches jump in, right? Don't get away from your game plan too early. Make sure you're settled down. Don't panic. But it's all true, isn't it? Because otherwise, you get out of what you plan to do during the game, and it's still early. Don't get crazy because you gave one up. Just respond as you just noted.
At the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Don't say nothing. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. 8.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Ty Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Prater for the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Jackson. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Check. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety. Shit.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Play action. It's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Marquise Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
20. Express. Check 50. Check 50. Great, great. 50, Mike, 50. It's been a long day for you. Mike, 50.
On 1st down, it's Newton. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Newton, he gets it complete to Harris. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Great, great, great.
Throwing again is Newton. Flushed out, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jalen Ferguson with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
On 1st down, Swift. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. He's got a 1st down past the 30. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll run on 1st down. Swift. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Jackson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
51 from Mike, boy, 51.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Playing as a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Those are the types of runs they told us they want to see more of. Look, they'd love the 60 to 70-yard runs, but those 10 to 20-yarders, they can help you win a ball game.
And that means everyone's invested because you know the big guys up front. That's what they do. They try and move people. But when you get your perimeter guys involved downfield, that means that they care about the running game and they know it helps their team.
Steps away to his left.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. On 2nd down, Johnson. Dropped at the 35, able to display his agility, but not much room to operate. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. And James has it. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 14. We often, with Cam Newton, talk a lot about his legs. Don't forget about that arm.
He can throw it on a rope. He can loft it. He's got the touch that's been developed throughout his career. But the big part about just watching him throw it seems almost effortless.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Newton. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A 14-yard touchdown. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Prater. We've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth 1st half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it down.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, 78 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Boy, you want to talk about making something out of nothing. Boy, he did that right there. What an incredible run.
Obviously a pass play, and he couldn't find anyone open downfield. But sometimes the receivers just run those defenders off, and it creates a wide open space.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half. Does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get it to someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Gun.
From the gun, here's Newton. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Newton to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The Lions now. Going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Newton now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
We got 3.
Out of the gun, Newton. He's going to launch this. Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there in the final seconds of the first half, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Prater for the extra point. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken short. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot down. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. He's going to float this one. First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Detroit Lions. They go play action here on first down. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
On second down now, Swift. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Give him a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up third down. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Jackson. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. 36 yards on the play.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Check, lucky.
Now Jackson from the gun, he'll throw. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Again, Jackson. It's Hill, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
20.
On first down, Newton. This one caught by Davis. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Johnson running right. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Now Newton on first down. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
Leads to 3rd and 6.
Right at the 8. Single, slot. Hey, you're running out over there. Key 33. Man, I got you.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. From the gun, Newton. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the year.
Yeah, I like the observation there, because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things, because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the touchdown on the opening drive of the ball game. It was countered by just a field goal. So, hey, if your guys can do that for 4 quarters, you're in good shape.
Yeah, it is a team game, so that's just good complementary football. But, you know, I know I'm no brainiac, but you trade 6s for 3s, things are going to work out in your favor.
Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a give, right side. Swift. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And Marquell Lee with a stop defensively.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Got an open man. It's Ratley. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Damian Ratley, his first touchdown of the new season as the Ravens push further out in front. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
On 2nd and 1, Newton.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
8.
They will go for it. Now Newton. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
Probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 11 yards there and a Lion 1st down.
Ready.
Newton on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on 1st down, then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback, because that was awfully close.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
Hollywood, Marquise Brown, 40 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
20.
On 2nd and 15 now. Newton and an alley to run. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on 2nd down.
Screenplay, Johnson. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Newton. For left side, it's complete. The 20. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead.
Well, that touchdown certainly helps, but they've got to go ahead and convert, get to the half, and figure out how to keep chopping down this lead in the second, don't they?
Yeah, they still need to regroup, and they still need to end the second quarter strong. A little bit of time left. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a punt.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. On after the sack, he's still down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, watch that. Hey, watch the ball. Hey, Charlie. Check 52 to Mike. Check 50.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. And Charles got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
On 3rd down, Swift. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Gator. Hey, let's go. Go. Rock it. Kill, turn up. Get it.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And he fires one incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Hey, lock it. Push him back.
2nd and 10. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and the Lions have recovered.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Gun.
He's tight right here. He's tight on the right.
Following the fumble recovery, Newton looking deep downfield. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Now a play fake here on first down. And that's caught inside the 35. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. So that flag will cost them 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions are able to draw a bit closer. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
On second down, Swift. And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
And some room to work. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They couldn't contain Deshaun Hand that time as he gets home for the sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Second and long. This will be caught by Brown. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 41-yard line. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41.
Switch 61, matchbox lights. Hey, orbit.
They'll look to throw here. And this one's incomplete. Hollywood Brown, the intended receiver. And now it's second down. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
On second down now, Swift. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's one you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Army, Army. Army, Army. 8. Check 6 guys.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up third and 3.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 7.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 27 yards there, a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, Swift. And some room to maneuver. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. Back now at Ford Field. It's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Go. 5-2's the Mike. Mike 5-2. Go.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift, nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now back to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Watch 80 weapons. Kill.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This is taken about 7 yards deep, and they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. The shotgun snap for Newton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They snap it to Newton. And the pressure gets to him again. Jalen Ferguson and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off inside the 10. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3rd and long, it's Newton. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of the ball.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return across midfield and to the 46-yard line. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow him down.
Past the 12. There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19. They'll drop the throw. Got a man. It's Brown. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. Newton now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Newton. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're going to have this in a great spot way down in Baltimore territory. It's a big play there for the Lions. 44 yards. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Here's Newton. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Prater for the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip.
You draw quarters.
Check.
Snap.
They'll keep it on the ground. Swift. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds left to go.
Come on, set. 8, read. General West.
Here we go. Jim.
Let's go.
On 3rd down, Swift. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's got the lane, and there he goes. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas, and to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
50, plant.
44-yard line.
Watch the slant, watch the slant. Check 3, check 3.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Baltimore, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.